Okay, so the first step is to open your web browser. Then you want to type in OpenCore Legacy Patcher and click on this link here. Now go to Getting Started, go to Creating a macOS installer, and click on this link here. Here, you'll go to the latest release, scroll down till you find the assets, and download the OpenCore Patcher GUI app.zip. I've already downloaded it. You want to open it, and it will automatically extract it. And as a result, you would get this file, OpenCore Patcher. You want to open it. It's gonna ask you for your password. No, sorry, the right one. Wait for this to finish. Now here you want to go to create a macOS installer. If you already have an installer like me, you would use existing, and it would automatically find it. But if you don't have an installer, you just go to create, download. You need an internet connection for this, a fast one to say the least. I'll show you all the available macOS releases, and you would download it here. But an installer is just the app like this. For example, I have macOS install Ventura here, but you might have another one. So now you're going to need a USB drive, preferably with 8 GB or more. I'm going to use a 64 GB SanDisk. Now you want to plug that in. Just hang on a moment. Okay, now I have plugged in the USB drive, as you can see up here. So now I'm gonna go down. You need to format this. So go here to the Launchpad. Now go to, in this case, mine is in German, but you'll have it as utilities. Click on it. You want to find disk utility here, and now press enter here. Here you'll see the disks. So what you want to do is you want to go to view and go to show all devices. Here you'll see the USB, so mine is SanDisk. Now you want to go to erase. So this is format. Now give it a name if you want to. Make sure it's on macOS extended, and the scheme, so make sure that the GUI departition map. Now click on erase. Wait for it to finish. This shouldn't take long. Okay, so now it is finished. Now just press done here, and now go into your OpenCore here, and go to create macOS installer. Use existing, find your macOS here. Here is mine, and then select your USB drive here. This is gonna wipe the USB. Make sure you have nothing important on there. Select yes, and now make sure let this run. Once it's finished, I'll cut the recording back. Okay, so now that you've created the USB drive, make sure to back up all of the information that you have on your PC, because we will be formatting the drive. After you've made the macOS X installer, go to build and install OpenCore. Now let this run. Press install to disk. Here, make sure to select your hard drive. Mine is the first one here. And make sure now you will make the EFI partition. Okay. Now, as it says, you'll need to reboot and press OpenCore. I'm gonna ignore this now. Now I'm gonna switch over to the laptop camera, because I am running on a MacBook Pro 8.1, so early 2011. If you are making this for example, another computer, let's go to settings. And here there's a lot of settings you can change here. For example, you can allow NVMe booting. You can name booting from 3.0 expansion cards. That'd be really cool if you had it. But here is the important setting: the host model. For example, if you're making this for another PC, for maybe, I don't know, an iMac or a Mac Pro, you would select it here. I have this one, which is the most common. You'd want to do this because this is the last device from Apple that that has a non-metal GPU. But if you had anything else, for example a MacBook or a MacBook Air, you would change it here. Okay, so now let's install macOS. The reason you see this thing over the screen is for privacy reasons. Now you want to get your USB, here is mine, and plug it into a USB port on the laptop. Now you want to turn it on and press the Alt button. This will liven up your machine. Select EFI boot, macOS Ventura, or your macOS, whatever you want to install. This will take a minute to load up. I'll cut to when it's loaded. Okay, so now we are loaded. You will see mine is in German, but I'll translate it for you. This is the disk utility. Click next. Now find your hard drive. In this case mine is Macintosh HD. You want to format, it's this icon here. Now give it a name and make sure the format is in APFS. Now format. Now press done. Press X. Go to install macOS Ventura. Now next. If you notice, for example, the mouse is skipping or it's a little bit slow, that's because we have not installed the root patches yet. Don't worry, you have to push through this installer with a little bit laggy, but once we get to the desktop, we will make sure it's a lot faster. Click next. It's gonna take a minute. Accept the license terms and conditions. Now make sure to click on your hard drive here. This is not your USB. This is the icon of the USB. This is the icon of the hard drive. Make sure you click on the hard drive. Now click on next. This is basically saying, are you sure you want to continue your installation without a power source plugged in? So as you can see with my battery here, if I show you, it's almost full. So if you have less than 70%, or no, sorry, less than 60%, I would suggest you have it plugged in. But if you have a lot of battery like me, I would just go for it. But if you want to be extra sure, you can always plug in a power source. Now just wait for this to finish. It will automatically restart. You don't need to do anything, and we'll cut back to when it's installed. Also need to show you, this is how it will look like halfway through the installation. The computer will restart and you'll have this Apple logo and the progress bar and telling you how many minutes you have to go. After this, it will bring you straight to macOS where you can set up. Remember, do not unplug the USB, leave it in. Just don't do anything, drink a coffee or a tea, let it run through, and then we'll get through the setup and how to install the root patches. Okay, so now the installation is running. I have gotten it from the screen here to this screen here for you, to make it easier for you to see. Here, you're going to select your region. Now you will want to change your keyboard settings. Personally, I'm going to change mine from German. I'm going to make it to English for you, so you guys can understand it, because not all of you might know the language. English. Okay. Now for the keyboard layout, this is a US keyboard, so I'm gonna have to change that. I'm gonna add the plus here. I'm gonna type in here US, or maybe here it is English, US. Next. Okay, make sure you select it. Okay, I'm gonna leave it as is. No, I don't need accessibility. Now here for the Wi-Fi, I'm going to skip this part. My computer doesn't have internet. Okay, I'm not gonna connect it. Why isn't it? Okay. Seems like you see it's not late. Oh, there it is. It took a moment. Yes. Skip. This is if you did back up your machine with Time Machine. This is where you would back up, get all of your data. You would select Time Machine and you would go next. But I did not make one, so I'm gonna click skip. I'm gonna have to accept all of this. Accept. I'm gonna give it a name here. Let's go with Hardware Unleashed. Also give it a password. Make sure to give it a secure password. As you can see, I'm going to make it harder to guess, so yep, confirm that. Also, you can change the photo here. I did know they had emojis in here, but personally I would select what do they even have here? It's been a while since I set up a Mac, and they have added a whole more photos. Okay, I'll select this one. Obviously you can choose whatever you want. You can even use emojis here, but I'm gonna go with this. Next and next. Now it should set up the machine. After the setup, we have one more thing left to do, is getting the root patches on the MacBook so that you can make it a bit faster. Of course, if you are having problems, even if you don't notice any speed issues, I would strongly suggest you install them. And if you can hear the MacBook noise in the background, that's because this is the first setup and it's a lot more intense than the other usage on the PC. But once you install the patches, the second boot and onwards, it will not be as loud. You will not have as many problems with the noise. Now this process will take a long time. You just disable this. No, don't want my location. The speed of the setup will depend on your hardware configuration. So if you have a hard drive, this will take a lot longer than me. I have a 240 gigabyte SSD. Also, if you have less RAM, it will take longer. I have 8 in my system. You might have 4, you might have 2. 4 is slow. The 8 is recommended, 16 if you can afford it. But I will make another video on how to upgrade the laptop, and I'll show you some options that you can get. I'll just skip this. No, I'm not gonna activate Siri because I personally don't need it. If you want to, you can activate it and you can choose a voice for it. Here I would select you choose dark mode because it's a little bit easier to run on the PC. I found you have less problems with it. Now your desktop should show up. Just give it a moment. As you can see, the icons up here are showing, also up there. Now just give it a moment. Or not, maybe. Oh, there we go. We have to log in. New animations. Pretty good. So now we are in the new macOS. If I go to up here about this Mac, as you can see, we have a 2009 MacBook Pro running Ventura. That is quite literally amazing to see. We have the dual core CPU, the HD 3000 graphics. If I go to more info here, it's a bit slow, but you can see the RAM here, 8GB DDR3, and this is pretty cool to see. Now for the patches, you should have here, if OpenCore Legacy Patcher is not on your PC, what you'll have to do is you'll have to download it again, because you need the root patches after you've installed this. So I'm gonna type in here. I have not connected mine to the internet. I'm gonna do that now. I'm gonna plug the Ethernet cable in. So if your MacBook has an Ethernet port, you can get a cable like this, and you can just plug it in on the side, and you will see that we will get internet up there. Not sure if it will display Ethernet, but we'll definitely have internet. Looks like it does not display an Ethernet connection. Okay. Well, we're gonna type in here OpenCore. As you can see, we're already getting search recommendations. And now go to this website, the one we went earlier. Now getting started, creating installer. Now download the app again. The GUI. Now do you want Safari to download from this website? I'm gonna go on yes. And now it will show you the progress down here and also up here. I'm on a gigabit speed, so this is very fast for me, but if you have slower internet or using Wi-Fi, it might take a little bit longer. So now you want to open it, and as you can see, it opened down here. It is gonna verify the app. You might get a warning, this is an app download from the internet. You sure you want to run it? Just press yes. Wait for it to run. This usually takes a little bit. Okay, we got the error. This is from the internet. You want to download it. I'm gonna press yes. Give it the password you made earlier. It's gonna install the additional components. Okay, as you can see here, we now get the options for post-install root patch. Just click it. Now we're gonna press start. As you can see, I already have the patches, but if you didn't, you would press this. You have the Intel Sandy bridge, also miscellaneous legacy keyboard backlight. Mine is currently working, but it's best practice to install this anyway. If this is found existing, that's not a problem, you'll just override them. You'll just let this run for a little bit, and then it will be done. You might have to restart the system. If not, it'll be good to go. If you have to, just restart the computer, and I will show you what you have to press when your computer restarts, because there will be a menu. You just have to press enter, but I'll show you anyway just to be safe. Okay, here we go. You want to reboot? Yes, we do want to reboot. As you can see, it's giving me the option to. I don't want to open the windows. And go to restart. Now the PC will start. And I'm going to show you down here now what happens when you turn it on. As you can see here, it says Macintosh HD. You just have to press enter on it, or the name of your hard drive, and it will load up, no problem. Now, make it clear for you to see. This is quite fast because I'm on an SSD. It might take longer, it might take quicker. Just wait for it to load like any other macOS installation. And we will see it on the screen soon enough. If you have any issues, any problems, for example, an application is not working, you can always try this is a little bit weird here, but it should show up on the screen pretty soon. If you have any problem installing an app, for example, you might want to try reverting the root patches. If your PC is I don't know, maybe having some problems, for example, as I mentioned earlier, the some apps might not work, some settings might not be working. If that's the case, just be on the lookout for a new release. Maybe they fixed it, or just comment it down below and I'll make sure to answer it. I hope this video has been entertaining and useful. Also, one more final tip: if you do want to display on another screen like I have, but for some reason you are getting no dock here and you want that to come up, just press Command F1 on your keyboard and it will switch it to this main screen. It will make it a little bit short. As you can see, there are borders here now, but you get the full image here. That's everything. Take care. Bye now.